Greetings, true believers. It is I, Matt Hall, here with the second in what has been promised to be a weekly series of channel updates, mostly just a little production diary, a way to talk about what's going on, and keep myself and Jordan accountable for the things that we are doing and saying we're going to do on the channel. Now, last week I gave a little update, and this week I'm going to give another one. So, it's kind of the biggest gap in uploads we've had in a while. I think the last video went up 22 days ago on the main channel. We've had plenty of live streams in between since then, but I don't always even... My lips are a little dry. I don't always even keep the live streams like public. I usually have them unlisted, and then we'll have archives up on this second channel. Usually have a full game playthrough, you know, all the collected sessions. But I don't know, I just don't think it's really indicative of what I want the channel to be known for. You know, the live stream content, I think that's kind of like an extra thing. That if you're into it, you catch it live, it's cool, you want to see the VOD, you can, but it's not really like what I want to be the main focus when someone searches Hidden Machine and checks this out for the first time. I think that makes sense. So, it's been the longest gap in uploads, but it's because the video I'm working on next for the channel has been a huge undertaking. And I gave a little update on that last week. It's a video covering the kind of the history and evolution of microgames, stuff like WarioWare. Where'd that idea come from? And who kind of ran with that idea after WarioWare and made some notable stuff. This script was something I had been researching on and off for about 2 years, and it was at 3,000 or 4,000 words a few weeks ago. It ended up being, I think, 12,684 words in total when I finished the script earlier this week. I think I finished it yesterday, and I was almost done at around 10,000 words, but then I found about 100 more things to check out. No exaggeration, about 100, if not more than 100, through itch.io, which I totally neglected to look at when researching for this video. And, I mean, there's a lot of games on itch, and I found a bunch that were worth sharing, and some that were, not. You know, lots of unfinished stuff, lots of prototypes, lots of student projects, which is great for people to be learning and making stuff, but not the kind of thing I want to say, go out and play this, you know? Anyway, that was a really, really, really big undertaking. I'm glad the video is almost done. This morning I recorded all the voiceover. It took about 3 or 4 hours. And later tonight I'll be doing all the on-camera segments and starting the actual editing process. I've been capturing footage of all these games. I'm using archival footage from YouTube, from other channels, here and there. But for the most part, I've captured my own footage. There's just some stuff I don't have access to or can't get running. And, you know, in those cases, I'll be, you know, attributing the uploaders. And there's going to be a big section of links where you can play some of these games for yourself and check out some of these things more in depth. And I don't know, I'm really happy with how it's going. It's definitely the kind of content I want to be making for the channel, kind of this research-heavy, lengthy, kind of, you know, just deep shit, you know? It's fun. I love doing the I've Playeds with Jordan, and I love making these big research-heavy videos, and this is something that I've been wanting to cover for a long time, and it took way longer than I wanted it to, mostly just because of life, and also because, I don't know, just the complexity of the topic. It took a long time to learn. You know, I don't like when people say they're going to do a comprehensive video on something, and then, you know, they skip so much. I noticed it a lot with, like, Alan Wake videos. People are like, full game retrospective, full history. And it's like, they don't talk about the development or the marketing or, you know, like, what led Remedy to become, you know, the studio that made Alan Wake, or any of the people aside from Sam Lake who worked on it. You know, it's just like, I don't know. I want to go a little bit deeper, and I really feel like there's buzzwords I see on YouTube, especially on longer videos, that are like, complete, full retrospective, complete history. And it's like, well, yeah, you know, I'm not claiming to do a full history either, but that's the point. I'm not claiming to be doing a full thing because, or this exhaustive thing, because it's not. You're almost never going to be doing that unless you're writing a book, and even then it's a snapshot of what your findings are. You've exhausted your resources, but that doesn't mean it's, ultimate, absolute. Does that make sense? It's a personal sort of annoyance of mine. But anyway, that's going to be the next video. Hoping to have it out on Friday, and also on Friday I will be on the TGG Plus podcast over on the Your Favorite Son channel. I've collaborated with him a few times in the past, and he has a podcast with Evan Prince, and it's a shoot the shit kind of gaming show. I was on it a number of months ago and had a lot of fun. It was their least viewed episode by a significant margin, and I'm hoping that this time around I can break into the triple digit views. So we'll see. I really had a lot of fun on that show. I'll leave a link down to the last episode if you want to just get a feel for what it's like. But that'll be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Your Favorite Son's channel. And I'll leave a link to that as well, because the podcast used to be on a different channel, and they've recently moved it over to his main channel because that's a much wider reach. Rather than trying to reinvent the wheel and bring viewers to a channel that has no history. I think it's a good move. So I'm excited to do that and hopefully get this new video out on Friday. Beyond that, I just helped Jordan get Mario 64 up and running, trying to figure out how to play the PC port. When I played it a few years ago, when it first kind of became widely available, I just downloaded an exe and it worked. I didn't have to do anything. Now you need to compile it yourself or use a launcher, and it's a little more complicated of a process. And I found a compiled launcher on the Internet Archive that just didn't work for me. Wound up having to do a lot more digging, and I found something that worked, and I got it over to him earlier today, and I think he's going to start streaming that on the channel. He's going to stream Mario 64, the PC port. One of the things that we did early on when starting Hidden Machine was Andrew and I did a series of streams where I tried to get all 120 stars. It had been a goal of mine since I was a kid. A goal is maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but it's been a thing I would have liked to have done for a long time, and finally got around to doing it. The PC port plays so nice. I had a great time, and I got all 120 stars. It felt really good. I'm still riding that high years later, so I look forward to seeing Jordan hopefully accomplish the same feat. So we got that stream coming up, and we've also got the microgames video coming up, and then right after that I'll be getting into finishing up the edit on the Soma I've played. That's a game a lot of people have suggested. Jordan and I had a nice talk about it, and I'm looking forward to revisiting it. It's been like a month and a half now. I haven't even looked at the footage. I got fruit flies in here. It's getting warm, and I don't even know what they could be attracted to. Oh, they're all gathering in the window. Well, I'll have to take a look at that. This is a new house. This is only our second summer here, and I saw one ant in the kitchen earlier, and we go, God, we gotta get on it. We gotta get on it. We also have groundhogs that are tearing up the garden and trying to eat everything, and so we're still learning about all the little critters and pests in this house and how to best guard ourselves against them. But anyway, looking forward to getting all that out, and then the Half-Life I've played will come out, and the Half-Life 2 is yet to be shot, but I am looking forward to doing that soon as well. And that's basically it. There will be another video, like the microgames video, another standalone video that's not a I've played episode or a live stream. I'm not sure which one will be finished next. I've got a bunch. I've talked about them in other videos. I'm not going to list the whole 30 plus video projects I've got going, but one of them will get done next, and I'm in a place where I feel really good about it. I've had a lot of stuff I've had to kind of put on pause and not be able to finish, and not leave unfinished, but just had to put it in stasis. You know what I'm trying to say? So that is finally past. I'm finally past that. It's in the past. It doesn't matter. I also, over the weekend, I went to a record sale and I got some cool stuff I'm going to show you. This is unrelated to the channel, but I watch a lot of haul videos, and I think this is a fun thing. So I got this. This is Briz. I think he's a Philadelphia rapper. Yeah, he is. This guy put out 2 singles. I found rips of them on YouTube. It's pretty good. It's boom bap stuff from the year 2000. Nothing crazy good. It's not like, oh my god, the hidden gem of the year, but pretty cool. You don't see a lot of hip hop in the area that I'm in, so this was a cool find. Also got Running Strong, The Ventures. I love The Ventures. I have, probably like 2 dozen of their albums, and I'd love to get 2 dozen more. I also got a copy of Neil Diamond's Stones. I'm a huge Neil Diamond fan. Anyone who doesn't think Neil Diamond is good, I could send you some links and I can convert you. I've converted many other people. This one's fun because it has this string on the back. I have another copy of this that has a different style jacket, but this one you undo it and it opens up. I think it's a special little thing. That's cool. I also got this Neil Diamond record, which looks to be a collection of recordings. I don't know if this is one of his albums. It's called Brother Loves Travel and Salvation Show / Sweet Caroline, which are, great tunes. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look this up and see what this is exactly. I feel like some of these songs were on other albums as well. This could just be a compilation, but I love them. I got Lifeline by the Roy Ayers Ubiquity. If you don't know who Roy Ayers is, he's a great composer. You've definitely heard his stuff sampled in hip-hop stuff if you listen to hip-hop at all. I'm excited to check this one out. I also got A Day in the Life by Wes Montgomery. It's a jazz record. It's got Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Grady Tate, bunch of people on a bunch of instruments. And I am really looking forward to hearing this. I like Wes Montgomery. I've never heard this record in particular. So I also really like the cover. So that was what I saw. There was like a sidewalk sale at a local record store. And I think it was like $2 a piece, cheap records. I go inside. I'm ready to cash out. I see some CDs. I go, ooh, how much are the CDs? He goes, today, I'm giving you a discount. And he shows me where they all are. I look at every CD in the place, and I found, like I said, a hip-hop's hard to find here. But I found Bone Thugs and Harmony, The Art of War. This is the double album they put out in 1997. I've never heard this in full. I know the singles, but I'm excited to check it out in full. I got Chocolate Factory by R. Kelly. This has Step in the Name of Love, which I love. It's also got Ignition and the Ignition remix. Can't really, can't say anything positive about R. Kelly as a person. Could say a lot of negative things, but also I can't deny that I do love his music still. And I have no problem buying a CD of his secondhand. It's not benefiting him in any way financially. And I get to hear some tunes I like. So if you got a problem with that, live your own life your own way. Raw Digga, Dirty Harriet. I wanted this CD so bad when it came out. When was that? I was, I remember seeing this in the stores. In the year 2000, so I was 10 years old. I remember seeing this, couldn't get it because it had the parental advisory sticker. So I've never heard this in full, but she is one of my favorite rappers. I've always thought she was so good, and I've heard her on so many sick tracks, so I'm excited to finally own this. Clones by the Neptunes. I'm assuming everybody knows Pharrell, but he was, part of a production group with Chad Hugo called the Neptunes, and this is a double CD. It's got a DVD on it as well. But they got collaborations here with Ludacris, Clips, Busta Rhymes, Nelly, Snoop Dogg, Dirt McGirt. Wow, I forget. Yeah, for a while, ODB was going by Dirt McGirt. He changed his name. He was also going by Osiris. I feel like he was going by a bunch. Now all the Wu-Tang guys got like different like nicknames and monikers, but like for a while he was actually like, no, I'm no longer ODB. I'm putting out music as this name now. I don't think he lived much longer after that happened. But I've never really heard this. I love Pharrell's production, especially all the like the the Neptunes production. They did this amazing string of hits throughout the early 90s into the mid 2000s. If you look up their production discography, it is crazy. And I've never actually heard this. I know some of these songs, but it's pop, hip hop, but it's, I love the sound, I love the style. Getty Green by Project Pat. This is a classic. Love this. I can't believe I found this there. This is so cool. If you don't know Project Pat, he's down with like 3 6 Mafia. This also has a track on it that's a collaboration between 3 6 Mafia and the Cash Money Millionaire crew. Jadakiss, Juvenile, Hot Boys, Big Timers. I thought I read Jadakiss. Is he on here at all? That'd be crazy too. No, Lord Infamous, 666, Gangsta Boo, Crazy Bone, the Tear the Club Up Thugs, Noriega. There's a lot of good stuff. Juicy J. This is a classic. Warren G, I Want It All. Now, everybody likes Regulate by Warren G and Nate Dogg. I've never heard the album until like a year ago. I got the CD. I got, what is it? G-Funk Era, I think is the album, the first album that he put out. Maybe not the first album, but it's the big one with Regulate on it. This is a album that came out in 1999. Got a lot of the same crew. I Want It All by Warren G. I've never heard this, nor do I know any songs from it, so I'm excited to check this out as well. Digital Bullet by RZA as Bobby Digital. Now, I really like the first Bobby Digital album. I put this on the other day. I was not so into it. I know a lot of people think Digital Bullet's the best one. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I heard the other one so much that it's just, I'm more down with it. I don't know. It's just, that one didn't do it for me, but I'm going to give it a few more listens. Timbaland and Magoo, another, more pop-oriented hip-hop stuff, but Timbaland's probably one of the biggest influences on me as a producer, in terms of composing and making hip hop and electronic music. Just the way he works with, with drum patterns and stuff has been very, very influential on me. It's just, those sounds got burned into my brain at a very early age, from, his early singles with Missy Elliott, Aaliyah, a lot of good stuff. So they put out like 2 or 3 albums. I picked up an LP of theirs recently, and then I've never heard this all the way through. Man, I actually don't know most of these songs, so I'm very excited to check it out. Indecent Proposal. Jock Jams Volume 4 starts out with Yeah Baby featuring Austin Powers. The Jock Jams mixes are so good. High energy, fun, pop hits. A mix of like pop, rock, and hip hop usually. This has Backstreet Boys, J.K. Simmons, Fatboy Slim, Salt and Peppa, House of Pain, Amber, Chumbawamba, Quad City DJs, Biggie and Puffy, Backstreet Boys, everybody. I know that's a favorite of Jordan's, if you ever watch his streams. And these are usually exclusive remixes, or exclusive blends of mixes that never got published anywhere else beyond these CDs. You can't get these on streaming. Sometimes they do get uploaded to YouTube or other pirate sites, but if you want the full experience, you got to get the disc or, get a rip of the disc. But you can't stream a lot of these. And so this and the MTV Party to Go series of mixed CDs are some of my favorite, CD exclusive music. It's just super fun hits mixed and blended in a way that is really exciting. Speaking of Quad City DJs, get on up and dance. Now this has Come On and Ride It, The Train. Michelle, Tamika, and Tanya wanna ride that train. Yeah, so does this have a second CD in here? Nope. It's just shattered. That's okay. The little teeth that hold it in are shattered. Yeah, Quad City DJs. It's got 69 Boys on it. I love this stuff. China Doll by Foxy Brown. I've never heard a Foxy Brown record, and I actually sometimes in the past have mixed her up with Lil' Kim, even though they're really not similar. For some reason, I thought Foxy Brown was in Junior Mafia, but she wasn't. This has DMX on it, Maya, I can't remember, Maya, right? Maya, the singer. Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel. Oh, Bonnie and Clyde Part 2, I love that song. Mem Fleek, 8Ball, MGJ, and Juvenile. Too Short. Gangsta Boo's on here. Noriega's on here. A lot of the same artists show up across these discs, even though they're not really like, that closely related. At least in my mind. I don't think of like, I'm not gonna get into all the specifics. Never mind. All I'm saying is, excited to check this one out too. That's totally new to me. I was already there. Last one, Fushu Mang by Smash Mouth. This is one of the first CDs I owned back in 1997 when I was 9 years old. I had the radio edit version. I've wanted to get this CD again for a long time. It's past the point of being cringe now. It was definitely, I remember even back then when Astro Lounge came out, I go, that band is over. I liked this CD a lot, and I go, I can't even tell anyone I liked Smash Mouth because of how corny Astro Lounge was. That's one with All Star, and I'm a Believer was on it, I think, unless that was exclusive to the Shrek soundtrack or some shit. But yeah, I don't know, they were like a ska punk, pop punk band right before this, and there's still like a lot of that type of energy and guitar work and drum work, especially on here. It's very punk, but it punk in a in the most radio rock sense of punk from the mid 90s, if that makes sense. Yeah, I remember this CD being very fun, and I'm going to have fun listening to it again after not really having done so in a very, very long time. So, I don't know. That's fun stuff for me to see the bullshit that other people buy. Oh, I got one more. The Source presents Hip Hop Hits Volume 5. Now this I got because I love almost all these songs. We Right Here by DMX. I'm a Thug by Trick Daddy. One of the only songs that features children on the vocals on the hook that I can actually stand, and I love that song. I'm Real by Ja Rule and Jennifer Lopez. Love that song so much. Let Me Blow Your Mind by Eve and Gwen Stefani. Another really fun track, which I didn't realize was produced by Dr. Dre. Ludacris and Nate Dogg, Area Codes. Great song. Bad Boy for Life by P. Diddy, Black Rob. Rest in peace. And Mark Curry. Probably my favorite, post Biggie Puffy track. And again, love a lot of Puff Daddy's music. Can't say anything about him as a person right now. Ride With Me by Nelly. Great tune. D12, Purple Pills. Really fun song. Benzino, Bang to Dis. I don't know that song at all. I never liked Benzino. Probably because I was an Eminem fan. I was an Eminem fan. Foxy Brown and Sprague Benz with Oh Yeah. It's a fun track. Exhibit, front to back. I don't remember that, but considering these were all contemporary radio hits, I'm assuming it'll come back to me when I hear it. Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott. Huge song for me. Project Bitch by Cash Money Millionaires. Probably my favorite Cash Money song. Such a fun beat. Put Your Hands Up by Jadakiss. I don't remember that one. Icons with a Z. Get Fucked Up. No idea who that is. and Outkast with the So Fresh, So Clean remix, which features Snoop Dogg and Sleepy Brown. I listened to that song in the car ride home when I got this. I wouldn't call that a remix. It's like an entirely new song. I don't even know if it has any actual elements from the original So Fresh, So Clean. It's weird. My wife said it sounded like a Disney Channel song, and it kind of does. Yeah, very weird remix, but this is a great compilation. So many good songs. And you know, some of these songs, I don't know. I love hearing them in the context of these other songs because that's how I heard them on the radio when they were first coming out, and it's nice to hear them, you know, in context, basically, you know, outside the context of the album. But in a lot of cases, a lot of those cats like were not putting out albums worth listening to. They were really, the albums were just vehicles for the singles, in my opinion. In many cases, not across the board. Anyway, like I said, I think it's neat just to see that kind of stuff sometimes. I think it's fun to share, fun to share and hear. Tell me if you bought any cool music lately, or if you're a fan of any of these things I picked up. I think all in all, I spent about $36, which is pretty good. Pretty good. I think 13 or 14 CDs and like 7 LPs. It's not bad. Yeah, it was basically $2 a piece plus change or something, you know, tax, state tax. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to wrap this up now, and we'll be back with another update soon. We've talked about maybe trying to get the weekly dump going again, the weekly live stream kind of talk/news show that Jordan, Andrew, and I used to do. But I'm not sure I can commit to it just yet. Jordan and I are talking maybe Thursday nights could work for us both. I just really got to make sure I can commit to it before I start, because I wouldn't want to not be able to actually do it. You know, I'd feel really bad if we said we're going to do it and then I had to bail, because I'm just not in a position to take that on right now. So we'll see. Oh, also, last thing for real. I've been doing these Fallout 76. I want to say 5 because I just did the 5th installment. But yeah, Fallout 76 live streams, no commentary, just straight gameplay. Last night I streamed for about 5.5 hours. That was a lot of fun. There is a playlist, so I'll link the playlist down below if you want to, you know, if you're someone who would want to put that on for whatever reason. I just do these when I feel like playing some Fallout. I can't put as much time into the game as often as I would like to, but when I get the chance to play for an hour or two, last night was an exception. I did not mean to go that late. I actually should have gone to bed, but I was having too much fun exploring the area outside of New Vegas. Man, I've never really played this game for any length of time. You know, I've mostly dicked around in the first 2 areas, Prim and Good Vibes. I don't remember what it's called. Good Town. I was having trouble getting to run, and it was kind of crappy on my Xbox. And yeah, Tale of Two Wastelands mod coming through to save the day. So if you are trying to play 76 on PC, I would recommend, you know, that mod. It took me 2 days to get up and running, but it was worth it in the end. So, all right, that's it for now. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. See you Friday on the live stream if you want to come through. Till then, peace.